Just imagine being built during the Second World War and serving your homeland, Germany, to the best of your abilities, only to be almost blown up and thrown onto your side. That would be the end of the story for most locomotives. But not for this one. With the Second World War at its peak, Germany developed a great need for more machines to support producing war materials. Smaller class steam locomotives, like the Class 81, which is a pre-war steam locomotive, were perfect to fulfill that need. Especially for heavier industries, a slightly changed up version of this class would be created. A specific locomotive was built by the Maschinenfabrik Esslingen. One of these industrial versions of the Class 81, now known as Hoogovens Stoom IJmuiden, HSY 57, would start its working life in 1943. One of its first large employers would be the harbour of Duisburg. Sadly, this all would be cut short when a bombing raid would hit the harbour. One bomb landed close to number 57, damaging it severely and flipping it onto its side. Eventually, the machine would be restored to its original state, well, almost original. If you look closely and observe the locomotive frames and running board, several dents and damage caused by the bombing can be seen. This locomotive still carries the scars of its wartime service. Before we continue with more history, let's have a look at the performance and statistics of this machine. At a length of 10.5 meters and a weight of 67 tons, this green goblin is a masterpiece of German engineering. Even though the driving wheels are relatively small and not all too numerous, the machine is very powerful and perfect for its main task, which is industrial work. At a maximum speed of about 50 km an hour, this locomotive is the perfect package of power and decent speed. After the Second World War, the HSY 57 would be sold and bought by several different industrial owners, only to end up at the Hoogovens IJmuiden in 1972 as a gift. The machine was gifted because of a locomotive exchange between the Hoogovens and a different industry in Germany. From 1973 onwards, the Hoogovens Stoom IJmuiden would operate visitor excursion trains on the industrial terrain. During its service in IJmuiden, the locomotive would also receive a nickname, Bonne, which is also the first name of one of the former directors of the Hoogovens. A second locomotive would join HSY 57 not long afterwards. This one is called HSY 22 and has the nickname Tom. The Hoogovens IJmuiden would change in name and owner, now called Tata Steel. Due to changes being implemented by this new owner, the excursion trains on the former Hoogovens tracks came to a halt in 2022. This meant that both Bonne and Tom needed a new place to stay. For HSY 57 Bonne, this would be the Miljoenenlijn, formerly known as the Zuid-Limburgse Stoomtreinmaatschappij in Limburg, the Netherlands. It still remains there today, operating on the Heritage Railway. Many thanks to the volunteers of the Miljoenenlijn for cooperating on this video, sharing an old picture of Bonne when it first came to Holland. If you wish to support them or visit their Heritage Railway, a link to their website is included in the description below. Anyways, I'm chuffing off for now. Until next time.